No.
Welcome to Sideline, the Baseline with your host, MB and Klew. And y'all see him down there at the bottom, man.
The illest, not the realest, but the illest co-host.
Pac Jam is in the building.
What you got? You got your Make America Great hat on, man. Is that your Donald Trump Make America Great hat on?
No, the devil is a lie. This is nothing but the time, baby. You know how we rolling when you number one in the nation, baby. You know what I'm saying? But as you see, I got long sleeves on with the hooded game on because the corona is on the loose. And Coach Nick Saban told us to beware of people like you because you got the virus down there in Miami.
Hey, where are you, man? Look like you at a swap meet, man, with those. You got a swap meet booth?
I'm at an undisclosed location in Tuscaloosa that's called a bunker. I'm in the bunker today.
You're in the bunker with Nick, huh?
I'm in the bunker with Nick. We got this iron. This our rivalry week right here.
Hey, you mean to tell Gus Malzahn ain't smartened up and canceled that game yet?
He ain't smartened up. We trying to stay Rona free out here in these streets.
Man. Well,
and that's right. I said streets.
Yeah,
streets.
Hey. Well, you know, it's Monday around here at Sideline the Baseline, and you know what time it is. He's a problem.
Problem.
You know what time it is, man. Malik Willis, Liberty quarterback. Willis continued to get it done with both his arms and his legs in a 58-14 blowout win against Western Carolina. Now, this is the same Liberty that beat Virginia Tech last week.
They got North Carolina State coming up, too.
Yeah, this Hugh Freeze boys. Yeah. The Flames seem to call it through for 306 yards, 3 touches, and rushed for almost 100, man. He found the end zone, right? Had 2 touches on the ground, man. This is what time it is, man. Malik Willis, he's a problem.
He's a problem.
Also, who's a problem, man? Circling to that ACC, man. Slinging Sammy Howell. Wow, what a shootout, man. Good Lord. North Carolina getting it done, man. And he led the charge, had through for 550 yards. 550 yards. 6 touchdowns, rushed for 21 yards, and had another touchdown. So he making it complete with 7 touches, right, in one day, man. They let North Carolina come from behind and get that thing done. They've been on that roller coaster ride, but, man, he was out there slinging Sammy, getting it done, man. He finally waking up and taking charge, man. Hey, he's a problem.
You know it.
Let me tell you about a real problem, man. This thing is starting to be Problem Child University, man, down there in Gainesville, man. I'm telling you, I'm talking about a guy by the name of Kyle Trask, quarterback for the Florida Gators, man, in Gainesville. Listen to this right here. This guy was 23 for 29, 356 yards, with not 5 but 6 tubs. On top of that, he has another streak going that people ain't talking about, and that's 5 straight games with 4 or more touchdowns through the air, people. Not running, not Tim Tebow get it on the 1 yard line, and Percy Harvey get it on the 1 and Tim Tebow running in. No. I'm talking about a guy standing in the pocket, slinging the rock. Kyle Trask. Look like Kyle Trask might be, if he keep doing what he's doing, he may have a date. I may have to take him out to Ruth Chris in Atlanta against that. We'll be there, baby.
Well, guess what, man? Mike.
No. If you go in Atlanta, you know where you got to go, man. You know you got to go to Lou Williams.
Yes,
you got to take him to Lou Williams spot, man. That'll ruin him.
Magic City, baby.
You got to order lemon pepper wings, baby.
Lemon pepper, baby, where they finger licking good, if you know what I mean, baby.
Ah, boy.
You give him that wings, he won't play. He won't be a problem no more.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Michael Penix Jr., Indiana University, 25 of 38. 320 yards, 2 touches. Listen. And Ty Freifogel, 11 receptions, 200 yards, 2 touches. And IU defense, that's Indiana University, defense holds Michigan State to 0 points, y'all. I'm talking about 24-0. He ain't a problem. They a problem.
Absolutely.
You're right. They've been a problem. Hey, since this short season started, man, they getting it done, man. Hey, only thing I hope the Coach Son is. I heard he was out for the year. You know, the Coach Son played for the team. I saw he got hurt for the year, but all prayers go out there, man. So they holding down. But Indiana definitely a problem. Circling to the NFL, man. The GOAT is back in action. All right, had a little pit stop, a flat tire against the New Orleans Saints. Got on track this past weekend. 28 for 39, 341 yards, and 3 touches. All right, the Carolina Panthers getting it done. The GOAT, baby. He's a problem.
Hey, look, Ronald Jones, the second running back, 23 carries, 192 yards, 1 touch. This is another Tampa Bay guy, and we kind of thought another guy, Leonard Fournette, was going to take over this thing. Yeah. All he did was light a fire behind Ronald Jones because he letting y'all know I'm a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you know what, Pac Jam, you know who's a problem? And it's in a good way, man. They ain't even win the game, but just the fact that this guy is starting for them last week and was 38 for 55 with 390 yards for the Washington football team, man. Alex Smith, man. I don't care. Wow. Hey, just the fact that he made it back on the field.
Yeah.
Right? That's a good problem.
I think also
he overcame his problems, right, and got it done.
If I can add, a new segment called Honorable Mention, he's a problem. That would be Tua Tagovailoa this week, fellas, because he's only 3-0 for the Miami Dolphins down there in Dade County. 305, you hear me? He's 3-0, and he threw 2 tubs yesterday. He knocked off San Diego's own, the other guy, LA Chargers guy, Justin Herbert yesterday, where everybody was high on because Justin was doing his thing. Tua just silently did the Hawaii 5-0 to him, 3-0, Tua Tagovailoa, a.k.a. Alabama.
That's the only reason why he made it, Alabama.
Hey, this guy's a problem, and he is the reason why the the Texans, the Houston Texans, are about to blow that whole situation up, letting this guy go.
No
7
doubt.
grabs, 127 yards, and 1 game-winning touch. Okay, 1 game-winning touch, man.
Yeah,
he has this last play he has been a meme. It has been created. I done seen it about 3-4 times on Instagram, Facebook, all that already. One person put on there, when you get down tough, basically, all you got to do is reach high above all the rest. And that guy, he's a problem. Mr. DeAndre Hopkins, he's a problem and a meme for life right now.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you who clowning the Bills defense, man. I mean, golly, box the dude out, put a body on him. Put a body on the dude, man. Like everybody trying to go get the pick. Somebody need to be boxing them out. Hey, that's prevent defense 101. They clowning out there, man. I mean,
don't just do that. You got to call it for what it is. You got to call Jim Schwartz out too, because he had 2 timeouts that he took home with him. He could have called a timeout in that last play, and he could have talked to his defensive secondary to let them know how to play that there.
Hey, look, man.
To remind them,
this ain't for y'all to break down the game. This is to let y'all know he's a problem.
He's a problem. I switched. They clowning. They clowning to let that happen, right? They clowning. They know Buffalo Bills defense, Jim Schwartz, everybody throw them all on the bus. They clowning.
Well, well, that's tough, man. That concludes our He's a Problem segment, man. Going into the weekend, man, we had a few. You know what? This week wasn't as star-studded on the college side as we have been accustomed to. And that's sad to say because the Pac-12 was out there balling. They had all their representation. And so I guess it'll be
that sleeping pill was all throughout the land, that Pac-12. That sleeping pill. Hey, listen, I had a bird's eye view in all the living rooms throughout the continental U.S. and everybody was sleeping and doing that pack trip. You hear me? Because
Right.
I went to sleep like 5 times and woke up. It was still the first quarter.
Hey, and we gonna start out, guys, with the game of the weekend when it came to college football. And I mean, we can argue because there was a couple other real good games, but this was just a shootout. This is for all the fans who hated football because you said it was too slow and not enough scoring. MB, them boys from USC, exactly, you made Sam Howell a problem. Well, here's a problem because he threw for 550 yards. If you throw it for 550 yards, you scoring a lot of points. Wake Forest, none of us knew they had an offense like that. They ain't played like that all season. Yeah. Only thing is, MB, and I'm going to let you two take this away. I just said, man, if you on defense, you lost. I don't care. I don't care because you played the USC. You lost. Dre Bly, that ain't none of you, bro. You don't let stuff go down like that. He's the secondary coach over there, B. Take it away.
Hey, you right, man. Hey, that's like my boy used to say, man. When you see a score like that, he's saying both teams are playing by 40 defense. When you get beat by 40, you know, God, hey, man, I was like, God, what's going on? I was looking at it, like you say, between the teams, you got over 1,000 yards. It was a battle between Howard and Hartman. Hartman, Sam, you just mentioned what Sam Howard had. Hartman wasn't too far behind. He had 429 yards with 4 touches, right? And then they put on a show. Their running back, Christian Smith, he had for Wake Forest 17 carries for 120 yards. Where North Carolina said, if you could do one, I could do one better. You know, that running tandem Williams had for 101 and Carter had for 74 plus a 42-yard touchdown catch. And then both receivers, a duo, man. Whenever you pass that yard, you know somebody got to be catching something. They was out there balling. They look like, hey, you know what? It didn't look like a college game. It looked like 707, Klew.
Yes, sir.
Or ring the ball or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, golly, but you're right, man. The defense for North Carolina just showed up a little bit in the third quarter because North Carolina was down, I believe, like 45-24, right? And so they showed up just a little bit for North Carolina offense to catch up, and then they went back and regressed. You know? And the score was like final score was 59-53.
Hey, that's awful, LB. You set them up like you gonna say something good.
No. They woke up like, okay, we know how to play D. They did just enough defense for Carolina to take the lead, and then they went back to playing no defense.
Well, look.
I can't believe that you got, you know, again, I just can't believe that at one point people were high on UNC.
They're inconsistent, man. There's talent all over the field. The sad part is they're not gonna be as loaded next year because the receiver he gone and probably both of them running backs are out of there. So I mean they ain't gonna be as deep next year.
So they have no talent on the defense though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But they got the problem. They got enough talent on the defense, man. This right here was definitely surprising. Yeah, they got a linebacker that's a preseason All-American, right? They lost some guys up front on the defensive line. They got some speed in the secondary, but I mean to be like this, man, no, man, they point shaving out there doing this. You know, they got money on the game or something. It's the bad. I ain't think they'll be like this, you know, because they're a blitzing scheme. They try to blitz. They try to go after you. I mean, a lot of times you see 44 linebacker, bless his heart, he was matched up on the receiver, you know?
Right.
I don't know what they were doing out there. They was, like I said earlier, it's playing that by 40 defense.
Yeah. Well, Miami and Virginia Tech came to party, man. This used to be an old knockout, drag out rivalry when they were in the Big East, man. This was the only game Miami had to win. Every season. All their games went through Virginia Tech, man. And they say we got them when we off on our way, you know, between them and then Florida State, you think about the undefeated season.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, look. This game was tough. MB will tell you guys 2 weeks ago, I said, I'm sorry, but I got to look ahead. NC State, Virginia Tech, and next week, UNC. Or no, y'all got Wake and then UNC. How it fall out, MB?
No, we got Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, and then UNC, right?
No, Georgia Tech. I forgot. And there's somebody in between the USC.
Oh, okay. I thought it was them. But I was worried about these two games, and then that UNC game was the game that I was talking about.
Yeah,
that Miami had to like work their way through. They have done an outstanding job. It's been ugly, but they found a way to win. MB.
Yeah, I mean, Derek King, man. I mean, he getting it done. You know, that joker there, man. Whatever it takes to get it done. And then surprisingly, since I guess the past 3 games, the receivers are starting to show up. They got off the milk carton, all right, and those guys starting to get it done. D. Wiggins this week, he stepped up. Mike Handyman Harley, the previous 2 games, he's been doing something. So the receivers been getting involved. So, and then the biggest thing I like that showed up a little bit this week, Klew, as far as the fact of trying to run the ball, you know?
Right.
I mean, it wasn't a dominant performance running game like we got accustomed to the first 2 games, right? But where Cam Harris had over 50 yards. But the fact that since that Clemson game, no matter what, they just keep running their ball, even if it's a negative yards. They get more Derek King involved with the running game more, even though it may be a negative yard sometimes. They're staying consistent running the ball because in order for that thing to open up with them, they got to go ahead and commit to the run to set up the play action pass, to set up the stuff over top. And that's the biggest thing from an offensive standpoint that I like the fact they're getting done. Now, we got to clean up, man. We can't take – even Georgia Tech, I mean, they didn't play this past week, but they're not doing well. But we can't take anybody for granted. We got to bring our A game all the time. Protection up front on the offensive line was not good. Defense started off good, and then, man, had brain farts, man. Big long carries from Hooker on the one run. Just, I mean, like I keep telling, self-inflicted wounds and brain farts, man. It's just – we got to get rid of that stuff.
Double A say y'all did all that without an O-line, man. And I know last week even, MB, you guys were struggling again. The corona has been a silent killer with Miami. They really haven't. It's been kind of strange because, you know, normally you watching the game and they telling you how many guys out with the corona. MB, I haven't noticed that with watching y'all game. They just leave y'all out there to dry like everybody suited up.
Well, you know why? What happened? Because it's a private school, so you ain't got to list all that stuff, you know?
Oh.
So the game, Double A is right. The game was in jeopardy of being canceled, but Miami said they wanted to play. But still, they only had one new guy on the offensive line. He started the season, number 66.
Okay.
Clark didn't start. But you look at like Virginia Tech had 6 sacks, Miami had 6 sacks, but a lot of those sacks came off of pressure. But surprisingly, it came on the right side, which is supposed to be our strong side, especially the interior, man. So that's the thing. Those are the things like that. So I'm not giving them a pass for that because they have some other guys, but they play a lot of guys anyway. But the offensive line, they still, those guys on there had enough ability to get it done. They ain't get it done, you know?
What Pac Jam, man? Your team played this week. Pac Jam got a team in the ACC as well.
Yeah.
Boston College played Notre Dame, and Pac Jam. This been your private silent team all year. You told us about them. You said a lot, and Ian Book continues to prove you right.
Hey, Klew, hold on a second, Pac Jam. Before you answer, I want to jump in and answer this question before we move on. So Cunningham, what I think about Blake Baker defense? Speaking of defense, right? You know that's the defensive coordinator for Miami. I think he's got a good package, right? The thing that for me is that as a defense coordinator, I try to put myself in his shoes. When I look at what they're doing, it's like it's like trying to figure out what do they do well, right? And that's the problem defensively. They're playing so many different guys. When you look at man to man, okay, it's like a lot of times they're getting beat because eyes looking at the quarterback. And if you playing man, if you see the quarterback throw the ball, you're going to see you're going to see the receiver catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
So it's just poor eye discipline. Zone coverage, right? They try the too high zone coverage. And then a lot of times when they go to that, you see guys going wide open. I mean, we've been playing up into this game, the previous 2 games, we've been playing backup quarterbacks, right? And they still the same thing. We giving guys breath. So it's kind of hard to judge him because for me, I'm sensitive to his position because I'm like, what can he call that they can play and execute, Even when they blitz, sometimes it's like rolling the dice, So it's kind of hard. I like the scheme. I like what they do, but right now, because I'm giving them a pass on this, maybe because we're playing so many guys, but we're just undisciplined with too many brain farts, self-inflicted wounds, man.
That's still coaching, though. That's still on Blake, because you mean to tell me 8-9 games in, you still don't realize what's your best 11?
And well, that's what I'm saying. But that's the thing. It's not
a different 11 every game.
Every game is like we're playing so many guys, and maybe you're playing so many guys because the guys that rotating in, especially at the linebacker position, is inconsistent play. So I see why you're trying to play guys, trying to get a feel for them, And then on the second end, our best players are the safeties, I guess, right? But then that's inconsistent because they got the targeting rule. They got to sit out a half. So still, it's just a formula where you trying to play so many guys because you lost experience. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, Pac Jim?
Well, again, I still lay it at the foot of Blake Baker because, again, you mean to tell me week 8, week 9, you still should know by now who in your base defensive package, whatever you're running, your base package, you should know who's your best linebackers, who can play that scheme the best, who can play it the best in the secondary, and which guys up front are going to be able to get you the pressure you want up front. So I don't put it on the kids. I still lay that at the foot of Blake Baker, and I think he's doing a horrendous job because Miami has been inconsistent all season. That's coaching. Not
I don't know. But Pac Jim, let me say this though.
That's what he gets paid to do. He got one job. He has one job, and his one job is to put an effective defense out.
Get off of Miami so we can move on, because you don't let it go.
Yeah, I see that.
No, hey, I just want to say this. If somebody got to step up. If somebody step up, I know on the linebacker core, step up, the dude's gonna get played. They're gonna pay, right? But to me, man, ain't nobody step up yet.
Go
ahead, move on.
Man, I want to talk about some gangsters in the ACC, man.
Hey, go ahead with Notre Dame.
I want to talk about them gangsters, man, up there, man, and at Notre Dame up there, man, and
another Indiana team, ball.
South Bend, man. I like what Kelly's doing. I've been saying it since week 1. Ian Book remind me of Jake Plummer, Jake the Snake. That's what he's a Jake.
Wow.
He reminds me of him. He's savvy, athletic. He gets the job done. It's a little uncorky, It ain't what they teach you at your 5-star camp. Knows how to be effective to get the job done. Once again, they fell behind the 8 ball early, but Ian Book done a great job of calming the team down, being a leader, getting back in control of the game, using the big player, the tight ends, and scoring points. Man, to me, that is the best. That's the best overall team from special teams to defense to offense in the whole ACC. And I'm gonna tell you right now, not just in ACC, but in college football.
Yeah,
they are truly deserving to be the number 2 team in the nation in South Bend. Indiana. It may not be what you thought you was gonna get, but listen, they are sound. They play sound football. I love their running game. They got a nice 1-2 punch, a 1-2 knockout punch with overhand right is what they delivering. Okay, people. And listen, that offensive line has been together 3 years. If y'all don't know that, it's been together 3 years. That front 5 has been together 3 solid seasons, and they open holes just like they've been there 3 years, man. They look like Adam Hutchinson and Larry Allen, man. Them guys, them guards.
There you go. Now you go.
Don't talk about Larry Allen.
Listen, you know anything about Larry Allen and Chad Hutchinson?
What?
Listen, you know Chad Hutchinson and Larry Allen. They know how to get up on them shoulder pads. You understand?
You duck.
You wherever they want you to go. Because that's what they're doing in Notre Dame.
Steve Hutchinson, not Chad Hutchinson. Steve Hutchinson.
Steve Hutchinson. Yeah.
But, but I know about
listen. And they move you wherever they need you to go. You hear me?
Listen.
That's what they doing in South Bend.
They now I know they doing good. I like how they doing up front, but Larry Allen, that's a sacred name. You can't say Larry Allen.
I said it. I stand by it, and I said him and Steve Hutchinson up front. That's what they look like to me.
No, partner. Listen, let me tell you a quick Larry Allen story, man. And my man, when we was at the Giants, we had a defensive lineman named Frank Ferrari. All right, free agent guy, Rocky Balboa type dude. Italian style, stunt man in the movie, all this stuff. Classic stereotype. Play hard, go 100 miles per hour. He got in the game versus Dallas, right? and he was going against Larry Allen. He did something against Larry Allen. It was like frustrated Larry Allen. And like, yeah, right. And you know how like Larry was like, well, I'm going to kill you, right? Straight-handed Keith Hamilton. Normally, when one of your teammates get in a fight with somebody, about to fight somebody, you go to the other guy like, yeah, right. They was like, they grabbed Frank like, no, leave Larry alone. Don't say matter of fact, get off the field.
Yeah, they kicked him out of the game, Tor, for real. For real. Like, the coach ain't sub him, they subbed him.
Like, get out. Don't you get in here and make him mad. Hey, and then another story, right? Larry Allen, man, we was playing he was pulling. And I say, man, I'm going to go right at him. Forget the tackle. I'm going to go ear hole this dude, right? I went, bah! I mean, I hit him hard with all I got, right? I was like, bah! He did like this.
Bless your heart.
I hit him with everything I had, Pac Jam.
Right.
He just started laughing. I was oh,
Pac Jam. And I'm gonna throw the third story in. So we playing, and we didn't see it. We didn't see it live. So it was just a regular little stretch play to the right. The wheel linebacker trying to get over the top of the guard. The guard comes and tries to, turn him out so he can't get over the top. So you got to beat that guard around. MB know the game. You got to beat him to get over there so you can get cut back. Well, that wheel linebacker was DeHoney Jones. And we didn't see it during the game. But we watching the film, and all of a sudden, we just see a jersey, and then he get thrown off the screen. We like, hold on. T.O., rewind that. Man, when I tell you Larry climbed and like picked the honey up and threw him about 3 yards the other direction. Now imagine that, a grown linebacker coming downhill like MB say, and you just stopped him momentum and then threw him the other way. And he climbed to the safety, Tor. Kept going to the safety line.
Right. Hey, Pac Jam, it's like when you try to sneak in the club back in the day with fake ID and bouncer throw you out. It's like that.
Right. But
yes,
that Notre Dame team, man, I look for them.
They ain't playing like that, bro. Just know that.
But listen, though. But that Notre Dame team is playing solid football, man. You got
no doubt
respect on their name in South Bend, man. They're playing great football. They really are.
No doubt. Well, hey, I know we talked about this, but they got North Carolina too. So North Carolina up and down team, they're gonna be ready to play Carolina. I mean, they're gonna be ready to play Notre Dame. You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. I got to find out. That's a good question.
One thing we all know and believe that North Carolina can do, and that's to score some points. And I'm not just saying that because of Wake Forest. If you look at all their games, they put up 30+ points.
No doubt.
They gonna put up points. So Notre Dame knows that going into that game, they're gonna have to be hot on offense. They gotta be.
Because Notre Dame defensively, they play a lot of cover 3. All right, and so that zone coverage, man.
Notre Dame has something that we know as football guys that can keep a team from scoring, and that's a great running game.
Yeah, no doubt. And they're definitely a balanced
and
attack,
that can keep
man.
on the sideline.
Definitely getting it done. So yeah,
So
they're at North Carolina on November 27th.
Okay.
Next week.
Thanksgiving game, baby.
Yep. 2 weeks ago.
So man, so other games that got played, man, and we definitely wanted to talk about this one. Wisconsin, Michigan. Now look, it wasn't even a close game. I think the score was what? 42-11. 40-something-11. I can't even think of it right.
At one point it was 35.
It was 49-11.
49-11.
At one point it was 35-0.
Listen, this game wasn't close. And I like, why y'all talking about this game? Listen, it's a guy in Michigan making $8 million a year, man. Bottom line is he cannot have performances like this. And at the end of the day, Michigan ain't a bad team, man. Talent-wise, They playing bad, but talent-wise, they got the same. They got better guys on their roster than Wisconsin got on there. When you talk about stars, when we throw this little 5-star,
recruiting,
they recruit. So you got to make it happen, MB. Like, listen, at my program, we ain't got 5 stars, okay? So we can talk our trash. We ain't play. We playing up. Hey, MB, you 11 and playing with the 15-year-old. We always playing up.
Right.
Michigan playing down and getting humiliated, man. That's a conversation. What do you think, Pac-Jam? Oh man,
he's stealing internet. He's stealing somebody's cable.
Yeah, that's what happened, man.
Come on, Pac-Jam at the flea market with the Alabama stuff in the back. But
thing out there, fellas.
But you're right, Klew. I mean, man, they start off the game. I mean, I think the dude first pass, Milton threw a pick right with the first pass, and then the second series he threw another pick. They down 14-0, and the game was over before it even started. But I think what you're talking about, obviously, with Michigan, man, they get a lot of good recruits and stuff like that, but they came in, they had a lot of question marks against on defense and offense and stuff like that. So obviously, it's not the Michigan team that we were hoping they'll be, right? And they knew going in, but golly, man. But Wisconsin,
and I've been surprised because my argument with Pac-Jam when Harbaugh got there is he'd have them competing for championships in 3 years.
Hey,
I told him that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And
go ahead.
What we in year 5, and they competing just to not lose bad,
Hey, first of all, that wasn't my Wi-Fi. That was my niece, Callie Lewis, trying to call Uncle like 6 times in a row. Okay, that was my niece trying to call me. That wasn't my Wi-Fi.
Oh, there you go, niece, man. That ain't right.
My brother's daughter, right? So
you better answer. And put some on her cash app. I ain't got it right now.
The thing, what's not been talked about too is Harbaugh is the only coach in the Power 5 that contract doesn't go past this season.
No, he's got one more year.
Right, but it's basically a lame duck year. You get extended. It's basically one of those years you don't go into unless you got a deal and you leave, basically. So at the end of the day, you paid $8 million for a guy that has not won the Big Ten, has not beat Ohio State. He's 3-3 against Michigan State. What are we paying for? Remember, Michigan was one of the few schools that laid off 21 people in the football office. 21, remember?
Wow, yeah.
21. They laid off the most people in the football department in college football. So again, the writing on the wall. They're not going to go past this season with Harbaugh and what he's given the university. They're not. And deservedly so, he's supposed to be gone. This team is not even competitive, man. You're talking about a guy that's playing 3-4 quarterbacks. They told me he was a quarterback guru. He was a quarterback whisperer. Well, who has he whispered in lately? Because I see McCaffrey look like Doug Flutie Saturday with that Nebraska.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Well, look here. Muschamp was fired this week. And my question.
So you saying Harbaugh next?
Harbaugh next. Yeah.
So this is my question. Who is the next on the chopping block? Is it Derek Mason at Vandy, Jeremy Pruitt, Tennessee, MB? Who? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
Definitely not Jeremy Pruitt. No.
Hey, I hate getting involved in these conversations because being a former coach, man, I hate to see anybody fired. Especially during this time. So instead of saying fire, I just say whose seat is warm right now. Who's on a hot seat? Is on a hot seat before. And it's heating up. It's getting hot in here, right? And Derek Mason, definitely, he's been 27 for 53, since he's been there. So, and that's a hard program to turn around in itself. And so that's one that's definitely the seat is getting hot. And just the way they've been playing this year with the COVID and whatnot. One thing that could save these guys is that especially these programs like you talking about, Pac-Jam, with the cuts and all that stuff and furloughing people and stuff like that, that programs can't justify buying out these guys' contracts, and then on top of that, you got to buy somebody out, and then now you got to hire new staff, so that's a lot of money. Unless so either a big booster got to step up and say, I'm gonna write that check to get that done. I'm tired of watching that. And that's basically, to me, that's what you're seeing at what happened at my boy Steve Rivers' school, South Carolina. It's like,
with Muschamp.
Got enough.
But you know what?
You got to do it.
MBS kind of goes back to we just talked about this. Seemed like on Friday, just arbitrarily. I don't know how we even got into that conversation, but you said we brought up the COVID thing, said coach's head are on the chopping block, but you said if they like you, they'll find a way to keep you.
Yep.
If they don't,
they'll find a way to get rid of the same. Yep.
Muschamp, if you look at his numbers, he's not bad at South Carolina, man. He's top 3 in the program, wins and stuff. As far as in the amount of seasons.
No, Klew, look, he for 5 seasons he was 28 for 30. I was looking at this. He lost his last 14 out of 20 games.
But that's what killed him. Because he was the fastest to 25 wins. He even beat Steve Spurrier. So, it just made me think
that
about you and your comment.
Yeah, exactly.
They gonna spin the story to work in their favor of their decision. That's all.
I agree with you, Klew.
Being that I'm the SEC guy on this show, and I got a little more insight than most.
Okay, talk to me, baby.
The reason why Muschamp got fired is this. He's a victim of his own success. And what I mean by that is he pulls off a major upset every year. But he doesn't keep the team consistently on that level the remainder of the season. And that's what the problem was. The people will say, hey, how you beat Florida but lose to Vandy?
Right.
That's what he's done throughout his tenure at USC. He pull off a big upset. He'll come back and he'll lose 3-4 games to teams under 500. That's been his biggest problem.
Good point.
Know what I mean?
Good point.
So that's why he lost his job. He's a great recruiter. He gets guys there now, and he's not going to be home and long. He's not going to be on the couch 2 weeks. He's going to get another job. Maybe not head coaching, but great. He's going to get a defensive coordinator position because he's a great defensive coordinator and he's also a great recruiter. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to not only get the upset win when you get it, but you got to keep the team on that same high and knock off those teams below 500, man. That's something he has not done.
Yeah, you're right. And one thing somebody always told, I don't know where I heard, he said, man, it's hard to follow a legend. Be the guy after the guy, right? And so you look at Florida, he followed Urban Meyer, end up taking an L, right? He go to South Carolina, following the old ball coach, end up taking an L, So maybe he need to be the guy after the guy. Maybe that guy has much success, who knows?
Man, that's good stuff. NFL games were played this week. And
Klew, but before you go, one seat that's hot a little bit. It was hot, then they cooled it down a little bit. And is that Texas job too, Herman?
Hey man, Pac Jam and I talked about Tom Herman at the beginning of the season. We don't know how he's still living like that. And remember, he got a contract extension 2 years ago or a year ago.
So COVID may be surviving, but him and then my man Clay Hilton his seat was hot at USC before the season, especially with the fact they got a new AD. But he's undefeated right now, so he's definitely cooling this seat up.
The Oklahoma State gave Tom Herman another year because Oklahoma State was undefeated when they beat them. Remember, they was ranked in the top. They was number 6 in the nation. They knocked out Texas, knocked out Oklahoma State. That gave him another year at the program.
Wow.
We'll see. Hey, like I said, when somebody put that money up and they want to get rid of you, just like what Klew said, he quoted me on. Hey, if they want to keep you, they'll come up, find a reason to keep you. If they want to get rid of you, they'll find a reason to get rid of you.
But one thing we do know is you got to have somebody in waiting.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I don't know if that's the problem because it's plenty of guys that gonna stand in line to take that Texas money.
Exactly, no doubt.
Listen, the NFL was played. The Seahawks, MB, your Seahawks.
Seahawks.
What do you think about that?
Well, remember I called it.
Yeah, this was your going against the grain.
I said I had to go against the grain, man, with the Seahawks, and man, golly, it hurts me because one of the reasons why they lost is my man was cooking. Yeah, they say let Russ cook, and God, he had 2 picks, man. That you can't have that, And that one pick was in the red zone, man. When he's trying to be Russ, and I understand, but golly, in the red zone, he could have scrambled and kept the chain moving and ended up throwing a pick, man. So that hurts a lot. And then just defensively, man, still, giving up yards and stuff and just keeping going. So I knew heading into the game, like I said, it's going to be tough, man. The Rams have been playing great defense. They've been playing, good team ball. So this was definitely a division game that the Seahawks needed to maintain a lead, but now that thing is crowded, baby.
Hey, I'll say this about that division again. We called it in the beginning of the season the toughest division in football, and I think all 4 of those teams, darn near in any other division, will all be ranked number 1.
No doubt.
I don't think it's the toughest division in football.
Yeah.
The toughest division in football, man, would have to be that NFC East. Hey, where 5-win teams gonna win the division and make the playoffs.
Show live. First 1 to 5, baby.
First to 5. How about Danny Dimes over the weekend?
They playing opportunity like, no, you take it. No, you take it. You know what I'm saying? Golly, that's crazy.
So another game, 49ers continue to skid, man.
Well, hey, hold on, Klew. Go ahead and jump to that NFC East since he's talking about it, man.
Well, look, Giants win.
That's it. Go ahead.
Giants win. Yes, sir. Let's go. Hey, look. Hey, man. Let's go, Duke, baby. Danny Jones in the building.
He got it done. He got it done, baby.
One thing about me, I gave Judd a lot of problem when he got the job. But what I must admit about the G-men, if they don't even a week ago when they played Tampa, and that was supposed to have been a pass interference call on the goal line there, but that's not here nor there. The Giants are playing hard every single week. Win, lose, or draw, they playing hard every single down. They're not an easy out. They're not.
That's easy to do when you know you're still in it.
but Kevin, even doing the Klew, even when they was, they've been playing hard all week though. He has that team playing hard.
He does. He really
does.
He does.
Dallas is Cancun, baby. Cancun on 3. Okay.
You ain't right. You ain't right.
Hey,
no, definitely. Hey, my man Steve said Danny Pennies is back to Danny Dimes, man.
Yes, sir, baby. Dropping dimes, baby.
Oh man, that run that he did, man, looked like he was back at Duke, man.
That's what I'm talking about. He running that Tater Nickel, baby.
It was reminiscent of Vic. I thought that was Vic. It was really
You did.
I seen the shoulder. Yeah, he broke down the shoulders.
It was a little stiff though, huh?
Yeah, it was a little stiff. Look like he taking yoga though.
Yeah, 34-yard touchdown running it. And then they scored on their first 2 drives, man. They get it done, man. Giants, man. I agree with you, though, Pac Jam. They are playing hard, man.
Well, look, man. 49ers still taking a skid against a breezeless Saint team, MB. Drew Brees went down in the game. Hurt ribs.
Yeah. What happened, man? They actually jumped before Brees went down. They jumped out on New Orleans, man. Mm-hmm. And then, man, self-inflicted wounds, man. They fumbled a punt return twice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Twice. You can't do stuff like that. You're already depleted because of injury. You're starting a backup quarterback. You're taking away rhythms like that, man. Self-inflicted wounds against the New Orleans team. Man, New Orleans getting it done, man. Kamari, he had 3 touches.
Yeah.
Right? That dude, all around. Beat you on the ground, running the ball, beat you in the air. So they just getting it done, man. And then Jameis Winston, man, he showed up and finished the game and just managed the game, man. So the Saints, man, they getting it done, baby.
Man, I wonder if if Coach Payton got Alvin Kamara's hollering at Marshall Faulk at all, MB.
What are you talking about? What? I missed
I
it.
just wonder do those two have a relationship? Is he trying to, help him out a little bit? Because
I don't know. I mean, whoever helping him out, that Joker doing good. They paid the man, all right, and he's shining. He getting it done,
Right. Tua makes all the plays, Pac Jam, against the Chargers, man.
Hey, man, the Tua is getting better and better, man, every week, man. I mean, the kid can't. I remember when they was the Miami was 3-3, locked in at 500. Everybody said, "What is Flores doing, man? Why is he benching Fitzpatrick, man? He ain't
I
but
was
his
saying,
problem." One of the
me
guys on our show was saying that
me,
same thing. I don't know what's going on, but guess what? Those of us in Tuscaloosa knew exactly what was going on. 3-0, people. 3-0 is all I'm gonna say. He's 3-0, people. And see the thing, I'm gonna tell you something too, K. Lou. And honestly, MB knows about this. What Tua provides for the Dolphins that's so effective is taking care of the football. He doesn't force nothing. Fitzpatrick is a gambler, wild, wild west. And Flores wants to keep the game in the hands of his defense. Because that Miami got the best defense in the NFL. If you're paying attention, they got the best defense in the NFL right now. They fly to that ball no matter where you put it at. And so Tua's taking care of the ball. Tua's doing a lot of tight end work. You know what I mean? He's not doing nothing risque. And they winning ball games.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. You're right. That's a good point. He's managing the game extremely well for a rookie, and he's not trying to force the issue. And you really don't need to force the issue. Miami's playing great team ball. I mean, it was thin at running back, thin at receiver heading to this game, and they had two guys that stepped up, man, at those positions getting it done. And you mentioned my Tua. I mean, he just got to manage the game, make the right reads, look very comfortable, like Double A is saying in there. And then Miami playing like they're packing special teams and defense. I know this was a home game, but shoot, their special teams showed up again and blocked the punt. Right, the defense been showing up and getting it done. They ended up getting a pick. So I mean, he just got to manage ball. I think he had one little brain fart, fumble snap or whatnot. They scooped it up and almost scored, but they was able to get the ball on the ground. So overall, like you said, Pac Jam, he's making good decisions, looking comfortable and getting it done, man.
Absolutely.
Well, one of the ballers, Gwendolyn, say they getting it done. Them Dolphins getting it done, man.
Oh, yeah, that's my aunt. Hey, Aunt Gwen. She was talking about the Dolphins earlier.
Hey, well, look here, man. Cam. Ooh, Cam. I told y'all. We went against the grain, and MB already showed y'all he went against the grain. Finally, he got off that little comfortable chair he sits in every week and was scared to make a call, but he made one. And
I made two. I made two. Don't forget the Hurricanes.
Come on, man, stop it.
They were underdogs, baby.
I hear you. But he made a call and they came through for him big. So he went against the grain, and guess what? Y'all know I do it every week. I went against the grain. I went against the grain 2 weeks. I rolled Cam coattails 2 weeks, and he came through for me this week, man, because he knew not only not only did he know it was me on the line, but he knew his behind was on the line this week. So Cam became a game manager. Cam made sure he wasn't out there turning over that football. Cam made sure that if he wasn't open, he throwed it out of bounds, man. Cam balled out. Cam made the couple plays he needed to and depending on his defense, he pulled the Brady-esque game. Y'all had like Brady used to go out there and throw for 600 every week. No, Brady had a ton of games. Go out there for 200, a touchdown and a half, and probably a pick, and New England Patriots still win.
Hey, once again, man, shout out to Tuscaloosa, Damian Harris.
Yeah, that's who stood up.
Damian Harris. Ground pound, Mount Tuscaloosa, I get down. You hear me, man? And that's what, and that's really what won the game last night.
Exactly, that's what opened it up.
Belichick said we're gonna run this ball tonight, and we're gonna pass off for the run. So when you put that ball in their stomach and pull it out, Cam, them linebackers and that safety gonna peekaboo in that backfield to help you out. because we don't have nothing on the outsides, okay? So we need every eyeball in the secondary to look in the backfield when you put it in the gut.
Yeah.
You hear me? And that's what happened last night. Damian Harris, number 37, respect my mind. I'm coming from out of Tuscaloosa, Roll Tide, baby.
What's that? Make America Great hat? Is that a Make America Great hat? I know.
And once again, for the second time, the devil is a lie.
Hey, no, that's the thing, man. That running game got to go on. And then Belichick, man, he was like, what's my coach off the water boy? He had one more play in that book, man. He went with the little Wildcat package, the guy threw the touchdown pass out the back. All right, so Belichick letting you know, like, hey, man, hey, don't sleep on me. I still got some old tricks in my playbook, man. The old ball coach.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The year Cam won MVP, he had Ted Ginn. He had speed on the outsides. They have nobody that gets separation in New England, man. Nobody.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, they have nobody. And really, you know, to ask Cam to pass the ball 30 times a game to win a ball game, it's not going to happen because nobody respects their receivers. So you got to go with what they did last night, a triple threat in the running game, just pound that ball between Damian Harris, Burkhead, and the other kid from Georgia, man. Just run that ball, man. And you run it with Cam.
Mike will get back. Yep.
You run it with Cam a little bit, man, and pass to the tight ends off of the run, man.
Yep, do that RPO.
Now what I would like to mention though is I would act like that's Klew this. Klew, what's going on with Mr. Action Jackson? Baltimore.
Hey, look, man. He's struggling right now. He has to get way more comfortable sitting in that pocket, or Baltimore need to say the heck with it. We run a read option every play. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, man. Like, you have to start forcing him to do one or the other. And I know they don't want him to do the second choice I gave, run a read option every play, because he may not last that long. But he needs to be able to rush for darn near 100 yards a game, man. For him to be able to be the same guy he was last year, because his legs opened up alleys in the passing lane. It wasn't him just finding people. So I think that's the difference when you talking about Action Jackson. And late breaking news, guys. Drew Brees has fractured ribs and a collapsed lung. That's what they.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, and then the other thing, right? Not to take away anything from Action Jackson. I mean, obviously they got to run their offense, do what they got to do, and like Klew said, and then they had a couple bad snaps that cost them too. They 4th and 1 Wildcat thing, the center didn't get the ball back there. Then again, and the second time it happened as well. So that played a role with the rain. So when you say it was the perfect storm that took place,
so that's my question. Why were they trying to throw the ball 30 times a game out there in a tsunami of rain last night?
I mean, it's part. Hey, well, once they got behind, that's when they started throwing it, right? A lot. I mean, you do with the play to pass, you try to mix it up.
When the score was 13-10, the last play him and Hollywood Brown tried to hook up for a deep ball. They could have kicked the field goal and made it 13 apiece for in the halftime.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
He threw the deep bomb and then the other Action Jackson intercepted the ball.
Yeah, that's when he got that pick. Yeah, I saw that. You're right.
Well, and let's face it, man. They were so good. They got rid of all Pro Bowl safety at the beginning of the year.
Right. Because he was late to practice. Because he said, I'm at the car wash getting my Bentley washed.
That's right.
That was the reason they let him go. Not because he choked the player out.
Bless his
heart. Yeah. Hey, Tam in the building. Hey, you know a Tam in the building, y'all. He wants some Ohio State in his life. What Tam, y'all forfeited this week, man.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
About what, Tam?
Yeah. Tam, Ohio State graduate, man. So he want more Ohio State, Tori.
Well, again, you know, Ohio State got to play games because according to the rule, if Ohio State if they only play 5 games, they would not be able to make the Big Ten championship, even if they're 5-0. They have to play 6 games. So again, you need to be hoping you can get these games played, Ohio State, based on who you got left, because the rule is the rule. Now, the BCS
Well,
may pull you in, but the conference will not pull you in with only 5 games.
Well,
I
think one of the adjustments to that rule, Pac Jam, is that it's based on the average. Like it's based on the average of how many the whole league play. Is based on that. Like
that's what I'm saying. If other teams are playing the 6, and Ohio State only played the 5.
Well, because right now though, but you seen like others teams within the league, like Wisconsin, they just started playing again. They so it's other teams. So Maryland canceled their game with Ohio State. So you're right. It is a possibility based on the average, but the way it's shaping up because of cancellations and stuff like that, I don't think that's going to be an issue. But it could be. But that's one of the things they came up with.
That's what the rule is. I know. Yeah. I know the commissioner of the SEC did say this on the weekend on game day. He talked about having that concrete cutoff. You know what I'm saying? Not just rescheduling. We just play to the moon. We're not playing to the moon because we're trying to get this thing December 20th, SEC championship. So we're gonna go at the top teams at the top, and we're gonna get it on.
Okay, hey guys, listen. Hey, here's something I just got. The ACC just announced some schedule changes due to COVID-19. They delayed some games. Miami game. Oh shoot, hold on. They got moved around. The game this weekend looked like it got pushed back to the 19th, December 19th.
Wow.
The North Carolina game is the same, the 12-12. And then the Miami Wade game will be December 5th.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, COVID strikes again, man. And this is the reason why early on, Pac Jam and I was going at it, and I told him, I say, look here, man, shouldn't be no championships this year. Write them off. Play the season. You already ain't counting it against the guys. So they get another year anyway. Derek King get to play his 9th year and get his PhD. So just allow everybody to finish.
Right.
Allow everybody to finish the season, and and just really just say, great job, guys. Everybody get a trophy. Everybody.
Well, listen.
It's a patient trophy.
Even if you may talk about that BCS and all that, the playoff game, but we going to war in this SEC. We want the Gators in Atlanta. Rain, sleet, or snow, we want them. So schedule the game.
Hey, Stanley say they digging that MAGA hat, Pike.
Roll Tide, man. See biggest day, Alabama Tide. Don't see no MAGA up there, man.
What happened? What did he say? What happened?
We're digging the MAGA, Pack.
Roll Tide, man. That's the reason why I'm at this undisclosed location.
All right, let me. Then the other games that was affected, Klew, about that within the ACC, right? Wake Forest will now play Louisville November 28th, a week later than previous schedule. West Carolina will play North Carolina on December 5th, moved up from the 11th. And Louisville will play Boston College on December 12th, moved back from
November 27th. It's enough of this, man. Y'all messing up my basketball season. We ready to go, man.
Go ahead, baby.
The camera crazies, we ain't even let nobody in this year, man. I don't know how I'm going to act this year.
They're not letting anybody in?
No, we ain't letting you in this year. We playing by ourselves. We're going to put them fake, all the celebrities in the stands, man. I'm going to see if they can't put a picture of me in there, man.
Also, Klew, what you didn't mention in news was the fact that the running back from Louisville opted out today.
Oh, did he?
He's one of the top running backs that going into the draft this year. He opted out, said he's not playing no more.
I wouldn't play with that foolery either, man. What going on in Louisville, man? Every week we done talked about them, and man, they play like they can score 40 one game and play like they don't even belong out there the next game.
Exactly. No doubt. I agree.
Well, we appreciate y'all, man, for coming up, hollering at us. rolling up, pulling up, coming through. You know, we always appreciate y'all ballers out there, man.
Hey, before you go, quick thing. Any Pac Jam, any closing thoughts on the game tonight?
Not
The
really.
Vikings versus the Bears.
You know, the Bears who the Bears are, man. A whole lot of Khalil Mack and nothing else, man. You know what I mean? We don't know who playing quarterback from you know how that go.
Yeah.
You know, it's Khalil Mack. You know, it's like this here. And Khalil Mack we trust.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the motto inside.
So you didn't tell us it's y'all blowing the ACC up, man. The Kane,
yeah, I told
ACC reshuffle schedule amid Kane's virus issue.
I just told you, yeah.
Right. Hey, and now you see why I said I'm at an undisclosed location. Because they got that Rona.
Them boys can't stay out the club down there, man. They will go violate.
Last week, there was reported over 15 players for the University of Miami had that Rona. That Rona. 15.
LB, we all we got, man. Y'all gotta keep it in. Y'all gotta stay inside, man. Please, you know the boy. Hey, first thing smoking. They hitting back doors, side doors, top doors, bottom doors. They gone.
A lot of them be at Club One. And they be at EJ Place at Club One.
Oh,
they get in Club One for free.
Man, you telling all their secrets, man.
That's right there.
Hey, I know this for. Hey, I
come
know
on, Pac Jam. Stop telling all the secrets, man.
I seen them there. They get in Club One for free. Hey, I seen it from my own eyes. All UM players get in free at Club One.
All right. Hey, another FSU Foot Locker situation coming.
Club One. EJ Place.
Oh, Lord. Golly. Hey, you sound like you the Popo. I gotta check you, man. Sound like the Popo, baby. You probably mic'd up, man. I gotta watch you, man.
Hey, Kevin, I'm eating a banana. I'm gonna drop a dime on this.
He ain't going out.
Hey, I don't like that. Who that is?
You don't like that, baby? I'm gonna drop a dime on it.
With that Cuban link chain. Who that is?
Hey, y'all get a good look at this dude. This dude, a Popo right there. Miami. Watch this guy. Right there. With that Make America Great hat again. That's
the Tide. You see it, the Tide, baby.
Get him. Watch him. If you see him at the club, Rod, he the Popo. He mic'd up. Pat him down.
Yes, sir, man.
Pat him down.
We appreciate y'all for stopping through, man. We gonna holler at y'all for Klew, MB, Pac Jam.
Number one team in the nation, baby. Number one. The
Pat Wagon.
Pat Wagon. Double A.
Pull out your Notre Dame hat too.
Hey, Mac Jones. Hey, Mac Jones for the Heisman.
MB, don't think he won't.
Oh, I know he got one. Hey, pull out your Notre Dame hat and your shirt.
Talking that trash, MB. You don't know. He'll come geared up.
I know. He Pat Wagon.
I was hearing that for Friday's show. I'll be in that Notre Dame.
He'll have Notre Dame goal on for real.
I had Notre Dame on Friday's show.
Yeah. Hey, Adam say put on your mask, man. Don't you got a Notre Dame mask? You got something.
Friday's show. Tell Double A to tune in Friday. Notre Dame get
Adam Killian, Pat Rockney.
Fighting Irish, baby.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. For LB, Klew, Pac Jam, we are gone.
We gone. Number one, baby.
Take care now.
All right.
Oh, man.